what does substitution really mean, and is it high time that we remove it? We go above and beyond the headlines with former Comelec Commissioner Luie Guia. Good evening, sir. Welcome to Newsnight. Well, let's begin with this, sir. So we have a law that allows substitution, well, a provision in that law. But what was that the intent of the law, to allow people to file their candidacies para lang merong pwedeng kung gusto nila, pwedeng may pumalit sa kanila para sila mga placeholder or proxy candidates? Yun po ba yung intent or hindi naman po talaga?
Let's look at the law. The law is Section 77 of the Omnibus Election Code. No, the Omnibus Election Code was passed in 1985. So probably the context of the law, or particularly that provision, was the what was happening in 1985. Now, when you look at the law even says that substitution, for whatever reason, including withdrawal, can be done until midday of election day. It's only Comelec that sort of advanced yung deadline sa November 15, dati December, no? To make sure that the names of all candidates are finalized in time for the printing of the ballot. But you have to remember also when the law was passed, the deadline for filing of certificates of candidacy was the day before the start of the campaign period. So ang daming pagbabago, may konteksto yung ating Omnibus Election Code na ina-apply. At probably, politics is something that, it's a practical matter. So politicians will take advantage of the gaps in the law, siguro.
So what can we do about it, Com Luie? What is it na pwedeng gawin? Because, right now, what's happening is that ang dami nagre-react eh. Ang dami nagsasabing, ano yan, placeholder, proxy candidate? Seryoso ba yan?
Let's put it this,
mapipilitan na lang tumakbo kung hindi siya palitan? Paano po yun?
Let's put it this way, no? Our system requires that candidates must file certificates of candidacy within the period designated by law or by Comelec. Okay? In this election, hanggang October 8 lang yon. Ngunit, meron ding provision ang ating electoral laws na sinasabi, pag member ka ng political party and the candidates that first submitted their certificates of candidacy as nominees of political parties, pag namatay, na-disqualify, o nag-withdraw, ay pwede silang palitan ng nominated ng the same political party. So that's an exception to the rule that all candidates must be those who have submitted their certificate of candidacy within the period provided by law. So that's an exception, so to speak, available under our legal framework. So probably yun ang ginagamit. But this is what I want to emphasize. A certificate of candidacy is an announcement by the one who filing it that he is presenting himself for consideration by the voters for the position that he is filing his certificate of candidacy for. Ibig sabihin yan, yung bona fide intention or good faith intention to file that certificate is a requirement, which means that you have to pursue your candidacy up to election. That should have been your intention when you file at the time that you filed it. But when you say that you're filing it and you don't really have intention to run, then I think my position is that you're in danger of having your certificate of candidacy canceled as a candidacy filed by a nuisance candidate. Because Section 69 of the Omnibus Election Code is very clear. A certificate of candidacy that was filed without any bona fide intention to run is a nuisance candidacy and therefore should be canceled or denied due course. A certificate of candidacy that is canceled or denied due course means that the one who filed the certificate of candidacy has never been a candidate. Hindi siya pwedeng ma-substitute kung hindi siya kandidato.
Well, two things there, Com Luie. we can't legislate intention or good faith, hindi po ba? So it really depends on the person who's filing the COC. He's presenting himself or herself in good faith and allowing the voters na tingnan siya na posibleng kandidato, pero meron palang posibilidad na hindi siya matutuloy. When you say, so can you comment on that? And also, when you say na they run the risk of getting disqualified by the Comelec. Let's take the case of Senator Bato de la Rosa, because he said that if Sara Duterte, well, of course, first she has to take an oath, no, na miyembro siya ng PDP Laban, maging miyembro siya ng political party, ng partido political na yon. And then kung ang sinasabi ni Bato kung gusto ni Sara na tumakbong presidente for PDP Laban, he will give way. So, paano po yun? How is the Comelec going to handle this case?
Well, yung petition, yung kwan kasi, yung declaration as a nuisance candidate, dapat may proceedings yan. So, kung merong bona fide intention or what, or none, yun ay factual issue na dapat nililiti sa Comelec. So, there has to be a proceedings before Comelec that would consider, that might, consider an allegation that this candidate, yung nag-file ng certificate of candidacy, walang bona fide intention or ang purpose niya lang gawing mockery yung electoral process, no? So ganun siguro yung kailangan ipakita yan in a proceeding, and then Comelec will then have to consider the factual the proof that are presented by maybe the petitioner, giving a chance to the one who filed the certificate of candidate to respond para masabi kung talagang meron siyang intention.
Yeah.
Kaya medyo delikado yung minsan sinabi mong wala talaga akong kwan kasi gusto ko lang mag-play. Pag sinabi mo yung diretso, then there might, di ba pruweba yun? Na hindi mo talaga gustong maging presidente.
The other issue here po, oo nga. Well, the other issue here po is that usually yung sinasabing nuisance candidates or mga peking kandidato, mga independent, walang political party, and then yung makikita mo naman, di ba, sometimes we have a parade of people who present themselves as candidates. But in this case, Bato de la Rosa filed his certificate of candidacy for president as a member of PDP Laban, which is a legit, for lack of a better word, legit political party. So, paano po yun?
Well, kaya nga nang sinasabi ko, kaya theoretical yung sinasabi ko, no? Pag wala kang pinakitang totoong intention na gawing tuloy-tuloy yung iyong takbo mo hanggang sa araw ng eleksyon, ay hindi ka bona fide candidate, no? Kahit ikaw ay magaling, kahit matino ang pag-iisip mo, ang importante doon, yung intention mo na i-pursue yung iyong candidacy up to the end. That is what kasi yun yung ritual, yun yung importante, yun yung solemnity ng filing of certificate of candidacy. It's not just an empty ritual. Sinasabi mo sa taong bayan that I am running. You should mean it that you are actually running. So, of course, mayroong presumption that when you file it, you mean na talagang gusto mong manalo at gusto mong tumakbo. Pero kung merong mga ebidensya na nagpapakita na wala yung intention na yon, walang good faith intention, then probably there might be a case there for you to be declared a nuisance candidate.
In other words, bakit kayo magfa-file kung hindi pala kayo tatakbo? Former Comelec Commissioner Luie Guia, I'm sorry sir, we ran out of time, but yes.
Ang sinabi ko, hindi ka pwedeng mag-file ng certificate of candidacy kung wala kang intention ituloy-tuloy yung iyong pangangandidato hanggang sa halalan. That's the basic import. That's the basic import of filing a certificate of candidacy.
Former Comelec Commissioner Luie Guia, sir, thank you very much for your time tonight.